asking a question now, and I really would love to hear what you folks out there say about this. So the question is, what would you absolutely want to know before proceeding to a second date? So,
because you can waste a lot of time, right?
You really, really could. But is that not part of the whole dating adventure?
Not at this age, mate. I ain't got time. So.
Well, I don't know. So it's proposed that when you reach a certain age, you don't really want to be wasting time dating the wrong type of person.
Yeah.
So, therefore, to avoid that, there should be certain questions that you ask up front to kind of, excuse me, to kind of eradicate, if you will, and remove, if you can, the wasters from the waste-nots.
Yeah, so maybe the first date it might be a bit heavy to ask certain questions, but let's say early on in your dating time, what sort of things do you just need to get out and ask straight off the bat? Like, look, you know what I mean, if you answer wrongly to this, there's no point us going any further.
Well, you know, I don't know. What are the questions? Is it like cut and dry? That there are like a list of 10 questions that you must ask?
I'll tell you something, which some people might, I don't know, react to, but for me personally, if I was still out there, which I'm not, but if I was still out there at this time, I don't think that I would want anybody who has kids still.
Really?
Yeah.
At your age?
I'm just like that. I don't think I would want anybody that has kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that not going to make it very difficult?
Probably really, really difficult, but it just...
You know, most people by the age of 44 have had children.
Excuse me, at my age, that might be with you, but at my age they haven't. Some people haven't started yet. So yeah, for me, I want to know if they have kids, and if they did, it's probably no. That doesn't make them a bad person. It's just me. I just want to be number one. That's it.
You know what? Be true to you.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, I want to be the number one in your life.
I'm number one in my husband's life.
Yeah, and you have children.
Yeah, but I come before the kids.
Yeah, as you should.
But if I got with somebody else who already had kids, their kids would come before me.
Maybe in the beginning.
Yeah. So we wouldn't get very far.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so what would I ask? See, maybe I'm just not as what's the word? Prepared. Because I don't know that there's anything in particular.
There's nothing like, wouldn't you want to know if he's got a job or...
No.
Are you still living in your mum's house at our age?
No, you know what, right? It depends. See, I'm quite easygoing about certain things.
Wow.
So, you know, what's important to me is potential. Yeah? So you might be living at home because you are working towards something. If you're living at home, see, it's the reasons why you have to look beyond the surface.
Question, isn't there? Yeah, of course, yeah, but okay, so you ask the question, are you living at home? Yeah, babe, I'm still living at home. Why are you still living at home? Well, I just haven't been bothered to move out. Mum makes a mean meat pie and it's cheaper. You know,
it's cheaper than buying a meat pie from the chippy.
So forget that. But if it's I moved back home because, you know, I have this idea to build this multi-million-pound business and I need to stay home. Okay.
Yeah, that I would work with.
Yeah. But if he was just at home because he can't be bothered to move out and sort out his life at 30 odd.
But then see, I think I would know that prior to even going on the first date.
Because you would have asked.
Because I would have observed.
You would have observed, like, so you've met this guy and you would have observed that.
Well, then this is, because, yeah, I mean, like, how do you even, I'm not a dater, you see.
That's why we're working on these things.
I don't date. So I want to know how you get to the first date.
Okay, let's put it out there even. So we've gone somewhere else. But texters, how can you advise Lavinia how you even get to the first date, first of all? How do you like work that? It's true though.
This is what I need to know, because you know what? I only get people coming up to me on the street.
Literally, like, I can vouch for that.
And so, you know, if you're coming up to me on the street, no, we're not going to exchange numbers.
Because they've met you on the street.
Because I've met you on the street, and I'm, you know what? I'm at a certain age now. Yeah, actually, all right. I see where this is going, because I'm at a certain age now where I'm not going to be messing about with them things.
You see?
No, I need to have observed you prior and consider certain things, and maybe ask myself certain questions before then even getting into all of that.
But that's messy, because you could presume, you see, now you could just look at somebody and make a presumption about him and be all wrong.
No, but like if it's somebody that you are in a similar social circle or something like that, you know, you get to see aspects of people that they can't, you know, necessarily convey in an answer to a question.
Right.
Like, all right, so the question of, do you live at home? Well, no. But you do. You just live in the outhouse or something. And so if I've seen you and I've seen how you move, I will have observed that. You can't just say, you know, you can say things that don't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah, but I'm the person, I was just saying, so where do you live? Do you live in your mum's house? How come you're living in your mum's house?
Is that scary for a guy?
Well, what's wrong with asking that question?
I want to know from guys. Guys, is that scary for you? Like, you've just met this girl. You've just met her. You've plucked up the courage to ask her out, and now you're getting 20 questions, inquisition.
Maybe not the first date, but quite early. 07599642626. Are there certain questions that you just need to know from early? Maybe not the first date, you don't want to scare them away, but you need to know early before you even waste your time. I'd want to know. I'm not in the position, but I'd want to know certain things. Have you got kids? Where are you living? What's your job? What's your 5-year plan?
Scary. So we've had a text in from Jojo, who has said, if they are married, how many children they have, criminal history, if any, if they're committed.
There you go.
If they are committed to any mental clinics.
Right.
If their ex-girl is still alive. Sexual history.
Right.
Are they bisexual, heterosexual?
Oh, Jojo's not playing.
Have you got a job? Etc., etc., and etc. Looks can be deceiving.
Right.
Jojo, I hear that. I do hear that. And I think that, you know, also answers can be deceiving.
True, but at least you're asking.
Yeah, I think it's better, personally, because all of them things you will see when you
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Because you don't watch people, obviously.
No, there's certain questions that there's certain things you are not going to be able to just see. Because you're not following this man about. You've just gone out on a date with him.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe it's because my pool of potentials is quite small then, because I don't think, personally, I probably wouldn't consider somebody who was outside of my church.
Oh no, Livin, you don't say that.
I know, but it's like really scary out there.
No, we've got to break that.
There's so many crazy people out there.
Yeah, but they may even be in your church as well.
But because I've watched them.
No, and your church is small. It's not like it's Jubilee.
That's what I'm saying. My pool is small.
Oh no. Let's widen the pool.
Texter 4778 has said it would be scary and crazy not to ask.
Oh, not to ask.
Not to ask. What are you asking? Men can lie, Texter 0260 says, and that's what I think too. Men can lie.
But at least you're asking.
They can lie. Of course. Well, you know, as human beings, that's how we conversate, isn't it? We conversate by asking questions. The questions are going to come. But guys, I want to know from you, what are some clever questions? Because Adaisy's already married, so she ain't got to really worry about this.
I still ask my husband questions.
And I am quite particular nowadays about how to approach these kind of things when you have random dudes just approaching you on the street. Hello.
We've got to address that as well, because that random dude might just be the one if you ask the right questions.
No, this is why I need the help of the people. Because you know, how do you approach it? I approach it by either being really nice, but you know, in a nice, like I'm really not interested kind of way, or just saying come out of my face.
Oh wow.
And so, you know, I might have missed Mr. Right.
You might have.
All right, so we're going to have a track, and when we come back, we've had a few texts flying in. I hope that there's some really good questions in there. We will see after this. So you have Manchester's very own Dalet featuring another band from Manchester, Eternal Minds. And that track is Love Lawn Streets. Okay, so we were just talking before that track about asking the right questions to be successful in dating, and we put it out there, you know, because I really need some help in this area. I really, really do. I'm not afraid to say it on air for the whole of Manchester to hear. I could do with a little help. So we put it out there. Some good questions to ask to kind of whittle out the wasters from the waste-nots. And so we had a couple of texts. And let me just turn that down. We had a couple of texts in. One from Jojo who said, I'm happily attached, but I did my groundwork. You have to check people out before you end up as part of the frozen goods in the freezer.
God forbid.
And also text 4778 has said that her church pool is also minuscule.
Oh man, this is the thing now, us church ladies, wow, it's difficult. You're going to have to look beyond the church. There are good men out there.
No, but the first question is, are you Christian? For me personally.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to go to your church.
He doesn't have to, but it would be nice.
Why?
Oh, it's safe. Are you with me, text to 4778? Daisy's looking at me like, what kind of nonsense? Listen, you ain't got that predicament. You don't understand.
But I mean, you know my church. Like, if I was not married, oh my days, God, thank God that I am married in my church. Because there ain't no man.
That's part of the problem, isn't it? But
I'd have to pick up one of those that stop me in the streets, which just wouldn't be working.
Drag him out of the bush.
Yeah.
Into the pulpit. So yeah, but I'm still waiting for those clever questions that you suggest I should be asking the next time some dude randomly stops me on the street. Well, that's not the second date though, is it? That's to get to date one. But either way, even still, you know, if we're not gonna waste time on date two, let's not even bother waste time on date one.
There are people that actually don't want kids.
Yeah. That's an important question.
It's an important one.
It is. It is. Where do you want to live?
Where do you want to live? Do you even believe in marriage, mate? There's a lot of these guys are like, marriage ain't nothing but a piece of paper.
It's true, actually. Those are some very important questions.
Right.
All right. Well, yeah. Next time somebody randomly stops me on the street and says, "Hey, excuse me, can we be friends?" I'll say, "Well, listen. In order to be my friend, I need to know, do you want to have kids?" What's your opinion on marriage?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not getting to date one.
What's your 5-year plan, mate? What is your 5-year plan?
I only have friends with 5-year plans. What's yours?
Where do you want to live? If it ain't Cheshire, you're not in.
Where do you live right now? Oh, what was your number? Man, listen, mate, ain't got time.